scraped it, bro. Man United won, Fulham 0. Talk to me, because a win's a win.
It's correct. A win is a win, and at the end of the day, like despite the performance, we got 3 points, and that's it. That's what matters. And Bruno and Eriksen and all them players that were playing shocking the whole game. I mean, Bruno just managed to pull it out of the bag. So credits where it's due. Like, we needed someone to grab the game by the neck at the end and get us the goal. And yeah, it's just obviously, I want to be positive. I want to be positive.
Yeah, you sound a bit like...
Yeah, I don't feel like I've just like won last minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a weird feeling, because it's like you can't unsee what you just seen. Like the whole game in general, even Fulham was poor. But it's just yeah, I think the performance is kind of like in my head, the performance is like overshadowing the win, even though it doesn't matter. We won, and you know, they got Ten Hag a win on the right day.
Yeah, because the pressure's mounting. I mean, how much does that ease the pressure? Does that ease the pressure, just winning, like just getting the W today? Does that ease a bit of pressure? Because everyone's just like, not everyone, that's actually, I would take that back, not everyone, but the hounds are out. There's a lot of talk about he's not the right man, he's lost the dressing room, the players don't care, all the negative stuff. How important is it just to get a win, and does it ease pressure?
I think if the performance was better, that would ease the pressure.
Yeah.
But I think that's not shifted any pressure. I think all it's showing to me is that the players are still willing to win for him. And I think in you know, when we are playing bad, because the thing is, we were shocking. Yeah. Apart from the defence, we were shocking. So like, if I'm looking at that now, I'm not thinking, oh my God, there looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel. There doesn't, because you can't go through the season scraping results like that. You can't. And so for me, that's why I think that I'm not feeling as happy.
Because the pressure's still on for you.
Because the pressure is still on the next game. And you know, for me, for someone who's in support of Ten Hag, I want him to stay. So for me, I just want to see a win with a decent performance.
Bro, we ain't seen one of them since
maybe
February.
Palace, maybe, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, this year, but that was like Crystal Palace kids. Then they played their proper team next game and beat us. Like probably since like Carabao Cup, Barcelona, that era, Tottenham at home last year. That's it, because you're right, we haven't seen performances, but when we're in the mud like this, it's almost like performances just go out the window. Just get, W's is the only currency. I don't want us to be all negative, because obviously we have won, but we need to talk about everything. But some of the positives, you know, a lot of people have mentioned Maguire, you know, the defence today as well, Wan-Bissaka. Talk to me about Wan-Bissaka today.
Wan-Bissaka's my guy. I just, you know, like, we've been playing with Dalot for so long now that you just forget what Wan-Bissaka does. So when he came in today, I was just so happy to see him like with the one-on-one challenges. How many times we turn around and go, oh my God, he's won that ball. Like, I'm just sitting there thinking, this is crazy.
And we shouldn't be surprised, like the way that, because he does it a lot.
Yeah, and to think at some point we were talking about selling him. It's just, look, at the end of the day, like he was lacking in one part of his game, and that was going forward. Right, and supporting the man in front of him. Tackling wise, no one ever questioned it. Everyone knows one-on-one, he's probably one of the best defenders, right? But even now, even from last season, going forward, he's changed these games.
He's improving, going forward.
He's improving, yeah, like he's improving. You could see he's quite effective. He tries to, you know, sometimes he tries to overlap or whatever, but or he gets, and yeah, sometimes he fluffs the ball up. He's a defender at the end of the day, but you can just see the difference between him and Dalot. Don't get me wrong, Dalot is a okay player.
Yeah. But you're just saying it by saying okay, it means you're like, he's just all right.
As a right back, from my right back, the first thing I want you to do is defend. And Wan-Bissaka has got that down to a T. So.
It's weird because he just brings a security in it, like where if someone tries to attack him or go past him, you know they're not going to. He's getting his blocks in where it's going for a corner, and then taking the ball and travelling with it. Sometimes he might get caught, he might give it away. So you're like, simplify it, don't start doing anything too mad. But when he keeps it simple, going forward, he is effective, and he's unpredictable going forward as well. Long legs, people think they got a chance of getting the ball, then he just cuts in, and it's a bit mad how he plays. Talk to me about what's because Højlund, because a lot of people saying that he's not getting enough game time. Like, no, he's not getting enough. He's not involved enough.
I think as a number 9. when you buy a number 9, you know, the whole point is for them is delivery. Like, if you're not feeding your number 9, what's the point of having a number 9?
Exactly.
And I know people were talking about Rashford or you know, not feeding him and being too selfish. You know, there's always that discussion whether Rashford is too selfish and he thinks he's just got to do it by himself or not. But you could see today, like, even in the, like, I know Garnacho did a little bit better in sort of that role, but they just never brought him into the game, and I think that's down to, like, what's behind him. Like,
he's just isolated as well.
Just isolated.
Fighting, just getting the ball with like 2 guys around him. He's got to wrestle, he's got to fight. When am I seeing him, like, you know, like the Galatasaray game, getting chances into feet, running in behind? You know what I mean?
But that also depends on, like, his role also depends on people like Bruno and Eriksen to play him the ball, or Garnacho or Anthony. Like, Anthony was piss poor. And Bruno the same, Eriksen the same. So what do you expect him to do?
Yeah, he's not getting.
So I just think, like, he's young. You know, we all know he's not going to come in and score 30 goals this season. We know that already. But you can see he's very, like you said, he's very isolated. Like you said to me about Garnacho, when they're lofting the ball to him, you know, it's hard to just keep getting the scraps of the barrel. Like, you can't just keep playing with your back towards goal all the time.
Yeah, like, he's not even seeing the goal. I don't think he saw the goal the whole game.
No, so it's him. I think I give him a pass.
Yeah,
because of the situation behind him today. I just think the 2 people behind him and the guy on the right hand side was just poor.
What is it? As Marcel said, you know, play Palestri over and give Palestri a run of games now, because this Anthony thing, obviously he's got things going on outside of football as well, on top of not being good. Yeah. Like, it's just awful.
I get it, right? He's a Ten Hag signing. So Ten Hag's probably got in the back of his mind, you know, this guy needs to succeed, so I don't look like I've made a mistake, right? And because he probably does genuinely care about him, right? But I'm not down for that favoritism. And so at the end of the day, if he's not performing well, because I said to you today, he creates balance on the right.
Yeah.
How wrong was I? Because let's. I
know, when you said, I was like, yeah, no, because it's like, if Bruno has to play out there, it's awful. But then we laughed and went, they're both poor on the right for different reasons.
But I said that because defensively, he's actually quite decent. Usually he tracks back and everything.
Work hard,
he works hard, but not today.
Nothing.
I don't know.
That was literally a 0. Well, we'll do the play ratings a bit, but that was a 0. It was awful.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think someone else needs to have a go.
Yeah.
I don't think Palestri is the answer. But you know, it's just that's what leads it on to frustrating stuff like Sancho not being available. You know,
right wingers, bro.
Yeah. So that's it. So what can you do?
Exactly. To finish off, who was your man of the match and why? Is it Bruno because he got the winning goal?
Hell no.
Hell no, you know.
I can't forget what I saw. Like, I love Bruno, don't get me wrong, I love Bruno. But the man in the match for me has got to be Harry Maguire, I think. He held down the back line and he was leading it as well. It looked like he was leading it.
He's had a good response recently, isn't it, really? He's come through a lot of adversity and he's taking care of his own performances at least.
And you know what? That shows you, right? That shows you that Ten Hag genuinely is telling the truth, in the sense that if you play well for him, he will play you. And if you're performing, he will play you.
Well, with some players.
But in the Harry Maguire situation, you could see that. And when Harry Maguire walked up after the game and he just put his arm around Ten Hag, like, you know, tapped him on the shoulder, you could see that Harry Maguire just wants to be there.
He's a good professional. I'll give him that. Okay, well there you go, man of the match, Harry Maguire.